Now we will see how to filter a particular table or a relation within pig. How do we filter inside pig? So we need to use filter operator or the keyword, and then the relation name, and then the condition. So this is only for numerical variables. Filtering upon numerical variables. So retail customer F1, filter 1, retail customer F1 is the new relation name that we are giving. Filter is the keyword. Retail customer P underscore PIG is the relation name that is already existing. That means you stored the data inside Hadoop HDFS, then you loaded it onto pig. This data is already there. By unit price greater than 2000, unit price is already there in retail customer pig. Relation unit price greater than 2000, I want to take all of that, so that is what I want to do, a filter, and I want to store in the new relation. The name is retail customer F1. Now once the data is there inside that, you can just dump it and see. Be careful while dumping, because if it is a really large data set, then it is going to take a lot of time for just printing, not for execution. So this is the output, whereas unit price greater than 2000. So everywhere you can see unit price greater than 2000. Everywhere unit price is greater than 2000. So that's the filter. In fact, if you want to filter on text variable, it is almost similar, but there are slight variations. So this is how retail customer F2 is the new relation name. Filter is again the keyword. Retail customer underscore PIG is the relation name. By country matches, so country is the column name, matches is again keyword. So wherever there is USA, we want to filter out that. So basically we want to take a final data set where USA is there. So I think you can understand these asterisk and all that. In the name of the country, whenever this USA dot appears, you take that as the country. Whatever is preceding, whatever is after that, that is redundant. Whenever there is this USA inside the country, you take that. So country matches this. So basically this is how you filter out on character variables or text variables or strings. We can dump that data. So obviously this new relation or this new data set should have everything where the country is USA. So when we dump it, we can see the output USA, everywhere it is USA. That's how we filter using the characters. So filtering using the numeric variables and then filtering using the character variables. So this is like kind of filtering the rows. Let's say if you have a huge table, you want to take 20 rows, 30 rows, or you want to filter out the rows and you want to take a subset of the data. What if you want to take few columns only? Here we are considering few rows. What if you want to take few columns? So that means almost like filtering based on the columns. How do we do that? So we have to use for each and generate operators for that. If you want to filter out the columns, if you want to select only few columns, then you have to use for each and generate. Let us see how it works. For each retail customer underscore pig, that means for everything inside retail customer underscore pig, that is a relation, that is a data table that is already there. For each generate column 1, column 2, column 3, that means for each tuple in this one, or for each bag, or whatever is the relation. So for each of the observation, generate invoice date, unit price, that means generate these columns. They are already there. So instead of mentioning all the columns, we are mentioning few columns. Let's try to understand once again. Retail customer few column is the new relation name that we are giving. How do we achieve this objective? For each row or for each tuple or for each bag inside retail customer pig relation, so that is already there, generate 1 2 3 columns. Okay, so that works, and then we dump that particular one. So we are going to see only those 3 columns that we just mentioned. For each of the row we will see only these columns. So these columns and all the rows. You see 3 column, all the rows. Is it 3 columns or 4 columns? 3 columns, all the rows. That is how we can use filtering out the rows, filtering out the columns. That's it. This is the dataset, new dataset, only getting the few columns. It is specifically useful when you have a huge dataset with so many columns and you are interested only in few of the columns.